The City Difference Premier Art Museum turned 100 back in November, and they are celebrating with a trio of new exhibitions. The collections showcase the museum's vast inventory, some of which are truly mind-bending.
Santa Fe has always been a trailblazing hamlet when it comes to artistic expression. The fact that the New Mexico Museum of Art opened its doors in 1917 was considered revolutionary by many.
To build a contemporary art museum in the middle of one of the hardest places to get to in the country was a bold move at the beginning of the 20th century, and the museum has always been receptive to and encouraging to artists who are at the forefront of their practice.
And to celebrate the 100th anniversary, the museum has brought out some of their most compelling, noteworthy, and mind-bending works for contact, local to global.
When we first started working as a group of curators on the Centennial exhibitions, we knew we wanted them to center around what it meant to be an institution in New Mexico, what it meant to be the Museum of Art, and what it meant to be in the Southwest in particular.
The exhibition has two interrelated components. The first focuses on the works created by artists living in the region. The other focuses on the land, location, and environment itself.
Well, the Museum of Art is a statewide institution. We don't strictly serve or exhibit artists who live and work in Santa Fe. So the artists in the exhibition include artists from all over the state as well as artists from all over the nation. Primarily works from our collection and works that have entered our collection or have entered New Mexico through various connections with other institutions in the state. For instance, Stuart Ahrens came here to be part of the Roswell Artist in Residence program and then eventually moved back to become its director. Valeska Suarez's work was fabricated here in Santa Fe with the Art Foundry. She participated in one of the very first Site Santa Fe biennials. We also have the University of New Mexico State University, the Tamron Institute, a number of other statewide institutions represented by artists' works and people who were affiliated with them.
Audiences who experience Contact will almost immediately notice the eclectic nature of the show, something Mary Scully says is a trademark of New Mexico itself.
I think it's part of the story of New Mexico, and it's why when the curators were working as a team on producing a set of Centennial exhibitions, we really wanted to not recreate past exhibitions or present a chronology, a dry chronology. We wanted to show the vibrancy and innovation that are part of the state and the kind of engagement that New Mexicans in general have with the visual arts.
Of all the exhibitions celebrating the museum's 100th anniversary, Contact may feel the most contemporary, reminding audiences of the progressive nature the museum's founders had when it was conceived.
Our museum was built as a contemporary museum. It's been a welcoming point for artists throughout the 100 years that we've been here, and that continues. People tend to think of Santa Fe and artists from the early 20th century, but that trajectory of people coming and going, the reason the exhibition is called Contact, Local to Global, it's about how those kinds of contact and trace from the outside world or from New Mexico going out that always leave an impact or a marker.
Those markers continue to be made, and Contact, Local to Global will ask the viewer, how far, how intersected will arts, culture, and identity go in defining a region's experience?
The time is limited to see Contact. The show actually closes April 29th. For more information on it, just head over to foxnewmexico.com.